A new revelation from CBS retracts Missy's big twist in the Young Sheldon Season 6 finale. The supersized Young Sheldon Season 6 finale tackles several plot lines, each fronted by a different Cooper family member. After months of going back and forth with their relationship, Mandy and Georgie finally decide to get married. Meanwhile, Sheldon finds a way to get funding for his summer program in Germany, which he eventually does thanks to the help of Dr. Linkletter and Pastor Jeff. Meemaw, on the other hand, deals with the threat of her illegal gambling den getting exposed, followed by the revelation that her house has been wrecked by the tornado. Unexpectedly, however, Missy is prominently featured in the Young Sheldon Season 6 finale. For the most part of its run, CBS has used her as a supporting character to her family despite her obvious charm and potential. After years of criticism, however, it seems like the network finally acknowledges the complaints and gives Missy her own arc. Being continuously ignored and sidelined by her parents, Sheldon's sister decides to act out in retaliation. She even attempts to run away from home and drive to Florida with Paige using her dad's stolen truck. In a big twist, however, the Young Sheldon Season 6 finale seemingly starts her redemption arc. Related, Big Bang Theory already had its Young Sheldon Paige replacement, but it wasted her. Young Sheldon Season 6 finale starts Missy's redemption. While Missy has already been reprimanded for her daring joyride, Missy continues her rebellious ways in Young Sheldon Season 6 due to the arrival of Pastor Jeff's niece, Tanya. For a couple of nights, both girls have been able to get away with sneaking out until Sheldon catches and rats them out in the Young Sheldon Season 6 finale. Knowing that she's skating on thin ice with her parents, Missy tries convincing him to keep his mouth shut, but Sheldon is too worried that she'll get in trouble if he doesn't say anything about it. This results in a big fight between the twins, something that remains unresolved until now. CBS caps off Young Sheldon Season 6 with a big tornado tragedy, which greatly affects the only Cooper daughter. Missy finally realizes the error of her ways after a near-death experience during the big Medford weather disturbance. While on their way home from dropping off Sheldon and Mary at the airport, Missy and George are forced to abandon their car and lay flat on the side of the road as the tornado passes. Fueled by adrenaline, Missy breaks down and apologizes tearfully to her father for acting up. She confesses that she doesn't know why she has been behaving badly and promises to make up for it moving forward. Related, Young Sheldon's Season 6 finale secretly sets up Mary's downfall, and a Big Bang Theory tragedy. Missy will continue her rebel phase in Young Sheldon Season 7 per CBS. Missy starting her redemption arc would be a great storyline for Young Sheldon Season 7. If the Big Bang Theory prequel's upcoming year indeed ends up being its last, then leaving Missy at a much better place is a perfect way to cap off her arc. Unfortunately, that may not be the case. Per a newly released CBS marketing video for Young Sheldon that updates fans about the Cooper kids' current situations, Missy is claimed to still be in her rebellious phase. This essentially means that the network is walking back on its setup to bring Mary and George's daughter back on the right track. Unlike previous seasons, Young Sheldon Season 6 doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It's possible that the show executes a significant time jump. This makes sense in the bigger scheme of things, as it means that the show will wait for Sheldon to come back home after his summer program in Germany instead of continuing its story with its titular character separated from the rest of the family. If this is the case, Missy's rebellion can continue off-screen during that time. However, it would be a narrative cop-out to do this, since it won't show the repercussions of Missy walking back on her promise to George. Related, Sheldon's saddest Big Bang Theory Missy story guarantees Young Sheldon's future. How Missy's rebellion impacts Young Sheldon Season 7's story. Based on the Big Bang Theory's established canon, the Coopers are looking at a couple of tragedies in the near future. Since Young Sheldon Season 6 totally ignores George's cheating scandal, there's an expectation that the prequel will eventually tackle it in the upcoming year. His infidelity storyline is already bad in itself, but it is supposed to be followed by his unexpected death, which knocks the family off its tracks per the nerd-centric sitcom's continuity. Young Sheldon Season 7 will also see Sheldon finishing college at East Texas Tech and moving to Pasadena to start his postgraduate studies at Caltech. Suffice it to say, Young Sheldon Season 7 will be an eventful year for the Coopers. Handling darker plot lines like George's cheating and subsequent death is tricky enough. Adding Missy's continued shenanigans could be far too much for what's supposed to be a light-hearted comedy. If Young Sheldon Season 7 ends up being its farewell year, it's dubious that it will spend enough time on her, considering all the narrative loose ends that it still needs to address before wrapping up. This means that Young Sheldon may once again fail Missy for the very last time. Related, Young Sheldon's Missy actress proves Sheldon isn't the main character now. What Missy's rebellion means for Young Sheldon and beyond. Whether Young Sheldon Season 7 properly tackles Missy's rebellion period doesn't matter if CBS finds a way to continue the show beyond Sheldon's time in Texas. Due to the family comedy's popularity, the network will likely want it to stay on the air for as long as possible. However, The Big Bang Theory's timeline poses an issue doing this, considering that Sheldon's time in his hometown is slowly coming to an end. That being said, CBS can simply rebrand the show to a true ensemble, and shift its focus on the rest of the Cooper family to make sure that it continues for the foreseeable future. In any case, Young Sheldon's move to diversify its storytelling has proven to be beneficial to the show. Making Missy a proper protagonist in the revamped series allows CBS to further highlight her as a character. Her rebellious phase in Young Sheldon Season 6 can be the jumping point for this next chapter in her personal arc. Depending on how the proposed ensemble series runs, it can tackle her more stereotypical issues growing up, something that is no longer expanded on in Young Sheldon ever since Sheldon moved to